We like the lighting, don't we?
Very nice. Lovely.
Good, they've done well. Well done, guys.
Let's talk sport at 7:33. Sarah.
And I imagine there are some, maybe some fuzzy heads to the St Helens celebrations this morning, because that was the big kind of focal point yesterday evening, the grand final, Super League grand final at Old Trafford. St Helens, such a dominant force within the game, and they won a record 9 Super League titles in the Super League era, and that was 4 in a row as well. So a very successful, continually embracing the mixed events, you know, seeing.
And is it new for snooker?
New for snooker, yeah, in that format, yeah. So it's just really nice, and more sports are doing it. You know, we do it in triathlon. There was mixed swimming relays, mixed relays in athletics, and talking to the athletes after a lot of them, they do get an awful lot from it and do enjoy it a lot.
That's good.
Good stuff. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah. With households across the UK facing higher household bills, some employers are looking for new ways to help staff make ends meet.
Yes, for one food processing plant in Bedfordshire, the answer was quite literally under their noses. They're just letting staff take some of the produce home with them. Stuart Ratcliffe went to find out more.
OK, now let's have a look at the weather and see what's going on. Louise is here. Louise, chilly start. I think there's been mist and there's been freezing temperatures in some places.
Do.
Thank you.
Now it's time to get all the very latest tech news for you. Here is this week's Click.
Let's bring you today's other main stories, because a British man freed from prison after being held by Russian-backed forces in Ukraine says he was treated worse than a dog and feared that he would be killed.
You might remember him, Aidan Aslan. He's been speaking to The Sun on Sunday. He was one of those who was released earlier this week. 4 Britons were released, and he was been telling people how he was beaten. He was kept in solitary confinement for 5 months and even stabbed by a Russian officer. Here's Simon Jones. I've seen them of the drafting, but also of some of the sad pictures of men who really do not want to be parted from their family. Let's bring in now our World Affairs editor. We do, of course, have loads on Ukraine on the website. There's also Ukrainecast, which is a great podcast if you don't know it.
Let's return to our other top story today. News from Labour as the Labour Party conference gets underway in Liverpool. Labour have set out plans to make the UK the first major economy in the world to generate all of its electricity without using fossil fuels. So let's speak now to Jonathan Reynolds. He's
deployed to Canada's Nova Scotia province after Tropical Storm Fiona battered the coastline.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands of people across 5 different provinces have been left without power, and officials have warned of severe damage to critical infrastructure, with trees and power lines down and houses washed into the sea. Liana Hosea reports. Probably some politics involved. The start of this year's Strictly. It was delayed by a week, but it finally kicked off in earnest last night. And most fans will agree it was worth the wait.
Let's take a quick look, shall we, at some of the highlights. Let's speak now to someone who knows that dance very well, knows that dance floor very well, the former Strictly professional, James Jordan. Hello, welcome to the programme. Good.
It's just about to turn 8:43. Good morning. Sarah is here with all the sports. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
Yes.
morning.
A very good morning for St Helens fans.
Our favourite picture of the day.
I know, they're so good. I love
So
seeing
happy.
the joyous celebrations. That is from the Super League grand final last night, which was at Old Trafford. And they made history. You know, Kate Cross, I had been hearing, was saying, you know, they should have won it earlier. They didn't want to leave it on that, but also just being very frustrated that that was the way it ended, and the series ended as well on that.
I've been so interested in this morning because it's, as you said, it's in the rules, perfectly legal, but not in the spirit. And that's a really difficult one to argue.
Yeah, I think it's only been done like 4 times in ODI history, and I think that was the first time in women's cricket as well. Yeah, so it's not often done.
Takes a brave person to do it as well, doesn't it?
But do you know what? On that, and on a slightly more serious note, the thing is, it doesn't happen very often, but now these kind of things are not happening in a bubble. These things are all getting a lot of backlash on social media and all that kind of thing. And that's tough as a player. That's really tough to be able to contend with. And you know, do you reckon she's going to get the support that she
I think you're going to need people around you, aren't you? And, you know, you're going to go into the dressing room afterwards and you're going to have honest conversations, you know, with your teammates, and some may agree, some may disagree, you know, and you just rely on everybody around you to try and tune out the noise.
Yeah.
Sarah, lovely to see you this morning. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Sarah.
Speaking of not in the spirit of things, Louise telling us it's getting colder this morning. Louise, thank you very much. I've been a bit cruel to you this morning, asking for all that hot weather, but it's looking
Ben,
autumnal.
you're never cruel. Never. I mean, Charlie.
Thanks, Louise. We'll see you soon.
Thanks,
Have a lovely
Louise.
day.
Bye-bye.
Now, if that forecast didn't inspire much in terms of weather and heat, you might be thinking about next year's summer holiday. So if so, you might want to watch BBC Two later tonight.
Because Simon Reeves has been travelling around South America for his latest travel series. I think this is his 27th trip for the BBC, but be warned, his trips can be quite dramatic, a little bit more dramatic than your average fortnight in Spain. Useful places and environmentalism and, you know, and doing a little bit of campaigning, I guess, whether you like it or not, through these programmes. But also it's a social sort of commentary as well. And I wonder how you feel about that, whether you feel the pressure when you're scripting these things, when you're putting these things together.
Fascinating series. Thanks for making it and sharing it with us.
Thank you.
It's called Simon Reeves South America. It's on BBC Two at 9 o'clock tonight. All 5 episodes are already available if you want them on the BBC iPlayer.
That's it from us. See you very soon.
Bye-bye.